Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's January 31st, 2024. Thea and I heard some forestry equipment operating yesterday, so we came over here and took a quick peek along here. Our neighbors are unfortunately doing clear cutting over in this area here. So this roadway here is half of the road is actually the property owner over here, which has a gravel mine, and it looks like they're clear cutting and they're going to expand their gravel mine. I did speak with the Department of Environmental Conservation this morning. One of my concerns is the old town dump is right over here, and you can see there's still some stuff I've been clearing up for years. This is on their property over there. There's an old washing machine that's been there at least 30 years, at least 40 years. But I've cleaned up all along the roadway down in here, cleaned up lots and lots of metal, tractor parts, car parts, all sorts of things, metal that I think the guys set aside when they're doing the backfilling. So there's a metal stake in the ground that's been there for at least 40 years as well. So they've been doing quite a bit of work over here. Really breaks our hearts when we see the clear cutting going on. But as a capitalist, I understand they've got a right to mine and extract the materials. Now, according to the DEC, they have to not excavate any closer than 25 feet from the property line over here, which really isn't much of a buffer space, and then it can slope down towards them where they can put more of the material like a buffer up against the area. Lots of habitat destruction over here. And hopefully the DEC will come out here. We can try and figure out where the extent of the old town dump actually is. I see they've got some flags and markings here. Maybe that's where they figure the old town dump doesn't expand any further than that. I don't know. Who knows just what they're aware of, or even if they let when they registered the expansion for their mine, because the gravel mine is all over in that area, quite a large area, and then there's another company that owns another gravel mine on the other side of that. But this is all bony gravel, and I'm sure there's some really nice gravel spots in here that they've had surveyed. Just a bit of a concern. And I could see that they've driven down here. So I just don't know. Sort of babbling now. I'm trying to maintain as positive of an outlook as possible. All of this gravel, this is a large aquifer here, and the reason we put in our bioremediation was to help deal with any waste that's in here. We have another Superfund site, a hazardous waste site from a factory in a different part of our town here, and all around us there are Superfund sites where hazardous waste was deposited in different areas. I believe a lot of this is household and farm waste, but you just never know. People will would just drop off things in landfills that aren't necessarily safe, and there was no clay liner put in here, no liner to prevent leaching. So that is a pretty significant concern, that that whatever is in here, as they mine more areas, they can open up veins and allow more of whatever materials are in the landfill to work its way down and get into the aquifer and affect everyone's water supply in this area. It's a pretty nice forestry machine that makes really quick work of taking down the tree, limbing it, and setting it aside. And I sure as heck hope that they aren't planning on bringing their skidder down here. I've seen, we've had a lot of damage in the past from logging done around our property, with the skidders really tearing up the place. And I've done a lot of work to maintain this road. And yeah, I just don't want to see it for naught. And they did have this logged maybe 10 years ago, I think it was. Thea and I had tried buying this property 2 times in the past, and the time that it sold here to the so first we put a proposal years ago when we had the wildlife center. We tried buying the property, and they did some forestry work at that time, sold off the trees for the town, and that's about the time that they stopped hauling gravel out of it. Our township did, but we wanted to buy it back then. They didn't do it, and then geez, about when it sold this time, and I can't remember the date. We found out that it was going up on closed bid. We're right next door to it, and I don't want to say it was secretive, but it wasn't well publicized. Though once we found out about it, it became publicized, and it went up for closed, sealed bids. And there was a relative who won it, of the town supervisor. Not that that's suspicious or anything. It would have been better if it was an auction, and we would have had a better chance. We just want to preserve as much, conserve as much forested area as possible. That's why we're trying to buy up land around here. And we really want to maintain a good, clean aquifer, keep it as clean as possible. There's been enough stuff put into our environment over the years that it's very concerning. And so I'll stop babbling now, but I just wanted to come out here and make a quick video. Thea and I are still pretty upset about this. But, you know, as a capitalist, I understand a company needs to, I guess they have the right to exploit the property for every dollar that they can get out of it. I understand that. It's one of the reasons why we wanted to buy it, so this wouldn't happen. It is what it is. So hopefully they're going to create enough of a buffer. I don't know what enough of a buffer is when it's all gravel, when you have a landfill here. So anyways, that's it for today's video, folks. Stay safe, take good care of yourselves, and always think about where you live and what can happen around you. Things change over the years. Take care now. Bye-bye.